Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're doing all right. Today, we're going to be talking about Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, not the comics though. I haven't read the comics yet, but we're going to be talking about the movie and the lore that I know about. Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, first things first, for those of you who don't know what Scott Pilgrim is. One, hey, editing Tris here. I realized I didn't actually explain what Scott Pilgrim was. I just kind of went off about his character. But very quickly, Scott Pilgrim is a comic book series, movie, and more recently it's an anime. And it's pretty cool. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Scott Pilgrim is an intentionally bad person. Not that he's a bad person on purpose, but he was written that way on purpose. Second, Ramona Flowers, also a terrible person. And again, written like that on purpose. Third, I really like Scott Pilgrim, so I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about why I love it so much. And yeah, okay, so Scott Pilgrim. One of the reasons I like it, it's got a great art style. I think it's freaking amazing. I wish I could draw like that. And I've tried before, and it looks decent. Okay? Reason number 2, it's funny. It's got great humor in it. The characters themselves are hilarious, and the dialogue, especially in the movie, is great. Reason number 3, I think the characters look cool. And I could kind of be friends with them if they were real. Not could, I would be. My personal favorite, Todd Ingram. Evil X number 3. Evil X, that title, I will explain that in a bit though. I will be delving into the lore of Scott Pilgrim today on this video, on this channel, on this day. But yeah. Okay, so this video will be all over the place because I'm just going to be talking about the things I want to, the way I want to. Now, circling back to Scott Pilgrim being a bad person, yeah, he's a really bad person. He's 22 and he dated a 17-year-old who is still in high school. Like a freaking weirdo. Freakazoid. He's a freak of the week. That's what he is.
Must be the freak of the week.
And also just doesn't make greatest decisions, you know? He doesn't make fantastic choices. An example of this being, the minute Scott sees Ramona Flowers, he immediately starts ignoring his 17-year-old girlfriend. 17! He starts ignoring her because he really wants Ramona. And also she said, now Ramona on the other hand, literally, she's a bad person too. Like Scott, she didn't really have any interest in him the way that Scott didn't have any interest in Knives when they were dating. She only got with Scott just because he wanted to go out with her. You know? Their feelings were not reciprocated enough. They weren't reciprocated at all. And so here's where we get into that Evil X thing that I mentioned earlier. Another thing I forgot to mention is Ramona Flowers specifically says that Scott has to defeat all 7 Evil X's before they can date. I don't know how I forgot to mention that, but yeah. So Ramona Flowers, she's like, I don't know, 24, right? She's an American who moved to Toronto, Canada, which is where all of Scott Pilgrim takes place as far as I know. Alright, so Evil X number 1, Matthew Patel. He was an Indian dude that Ramona dated for like a week, and this is more of why she's a bad person. She only dated him because he was the only non-jock, non-white boy who went to her school. And supposedly, not supposedly, all the other jocks wanted her. And those are her words. Those are her words. Evil X number 2, Lucas Lee, ex-skateboarder, now famous actor. He's my second, coincidentally, favorite Evil X. Now, Ramona only was dating Lucas Lee up until she saw Evil X number 3 come into the picture. And Evil X number 3, my personal favorite, because he's awesome. Todd Ingram, the vegan. That's not my favorite part about him. I don't actually like vegans. I'm proud veganophobic, actually. But I think Todd is a little silly. Yeah, I don't care if he's an evil ex. He's hardly evil. He just likes to eat vegetables. He can never be gay because he doesn't eat meat. He's also just really funny in the movie. And he's a bassist, which, ew, yucky, nasty, it's disgusting. Just kidding. Unfortunately, Ramona did my boy dirty because he was being sent off to vegan academy and she doesn't like long distance stuff. And so she broke up with him. Yeah. Now evil ex number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roxy Richter. Now I know what you may be thinking. Whoa, Tris, isn't that a girl name? Yeah, it's a girl name. Ramona had a little sexy phase in college. So she thought she was a little bisexual, a little bi-curious, according to her. But then Ramona moved away, and she didn't really give a proper goodbye to Roxy before she left. So now, evil exes 6 and 7 were twins, the Katayanagi twins, Kyle Katayanagi and Ken Katayanagi. I know I'm totally butchering the name, but I'm trying my best. However, Ramona actually dated both of them at the same time, and neither of them knew. So she was kind of cheating on both of them at the same time, but still dating them, which is how cheating works. Now, I know I said there were 7 evil exes, but there's an 8th one. Can you believe it? He's not really considered an evil ex, but he's still probably the most irredeemable guy, like, ever, maybe? His name is Gideon Graves, or Gordon Goose. I was gonna say he's also known as Gordon Goose, which is his real name, but then my light source that lights up my face decided to die, so I had to let it charge for a bit. But yeah, the main reason I would consider Gideon Graves to be quite literally like one of the worst evil ex, he literally manipulated Ramona. Like, he put this how do you describe it? He put this chip in her neck to kind of like to make her do whatever he wanted her to do. And it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, alright?
Now, after Gideon, or Gordon, kind of lame ass name is that? Anyways, after Gordon, Ramona moves to Toronto, Canada, which is incidentally where Scott Pilgrim lives, and where he's in his loser band called Sex Bomb, where they hardly make any money off of it, because they suck. Anyways, now funnily enough, Scott has his own evil ex, Envy Adams, who also happens to be dating one of Ramona's evil exes, Todd Ingram, aka my favorite evil ex. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna take this time to show you some of my favoriteest clips from the movie, which I hope don't get copyright strike, because what is there to strike me from? This is only my 3rd freaking video, YouTube. So, here's the clips.
What's that? You're outside?
Is Scott here?
You know what? He just left.
No Imano, 7 evil blah blah. This is...
What?
This is boring. Delete.
The song is called I Am So Sad. I am so very, very sad. Goes a little something like this. Thank you.
It's actually really good garlic bread. Garlic bread is my favorite food. I could honestly eat it for every meal. Or just eat it all the time without even stopping.
You get fat.
No, why would I get fat?
Bread makes you fat.
Bread makes you fat?
Your hair's getting shaggy.
Yeah.
How old is she?
I gotta pee on her.
Alright, so case in point, I really like Scott Pilgrim. To me, it's peak fiction, and it's really funny. Like I said, art style is great. The actors in the movie are freaking great. And then there's also an anime that came out literally like last year at the time of recording this, called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
and all of the original actors came back to voice their respective characters. And it's pretty cool. So you should also watch that after the movie. But preferably start with the books, because that gives you everything you need to know, because the movie hardly covers anything that's in the books. Now, with all that being said,